I did all that I was commanded, and I answered only to Caesar. It was not my responsibility to judge the ethics or the morality of his commands or the commands of those who are in command. I followed my orders to the letter. But there were times when I questioned the sanity of my masters. But I would never have given voice to my misgivings. That would have been suicidal. On 2 occasions, I believed that my rulers were profoundly wrong. And oddly enough, they revolved around the same person. The first was when Herod had ordered us to march on Bethlehem. Apparently a child had been born who Herod felt was a threat to national security. We were told to march into Bethlehem and kill every male-born child, 2 years old and younger. What did he fear from a 2-year-old child? What threat did these babies pose to his tyrannical rule? So much innocent blood. My Lord, what were we thinking? It wasn't until many years later that I was ordered to execute a Jew, Jesus Christ by name. And at the time I didn't realise, but he was the very same man that Herod had ordered us to kill 30 years previous. It seems as though his destiny was to die in our hands, although he was deemed not to be a threat to Roman rule. The Jewish leaders of the day hated him with a passion. They stirred the people up against him. They even threatened Pontius Pilate. Excuse me. They even threatened Pontius Pilate with massive civil unrest if he did not have this man executed. Now Pilate could not find any fault in this man. Eventually he conceded, gave in, and handed him over to us to be executed. We did our job with a perverted, twisted, mindful, lustful passion. We almost beat this man to death. I don't know what it was that came over us. It was like a bloodlust that could not be satisfied. We then made this man carry his own cross to Golgotha. How he survived is beyond me. So much blood. So much innocent blood. He was like no other criminal we had ever executed before. As he hung upon that cross, he said these words, "Father, forgive them," after what we'd done to him, how we tortured and abused him. How could he? He then said these words that I remember well. "It is finished." Bowed his head and died. And there was an earthquake, a shattering earthquake. And the skies darkened like I'd never seen it before in all my life. It was as though the gods were raging at the death of this man. He was the Messiah, they say. And I don't doubt it with the way the heavens reacted at his death. Now, I'm not a religious man, nor am I superstitious. But I have another reason to believe what they say about this man. After they'd taken his body down off the cross, they placed him in an empty tomb of one of Jerusalem's influential men. And that I'd received the strangest orders of my career. We were to go and guard the tomb of this man. What did they fear from a dead man? What were they thinking? I took my troops, we went down to the gravesite. We stood guard. We did not sleep, although that is what we were commanded to tell. We were paid well to tell it. We would never have slept. That would have been the punishment of death. One soldier, once in a great while, but a whole company of troops, impossible. While we stood guard there, we were watching. A great light shone down out of heaven and knocked us down as though we were dead. But I saw what I saw. A man came out of the gravesite. That man is Jesus Christ. He is as alive as you and I are here tonight. Is this what they feared? That they knew that death could not hold this man? Why they would not want the world to know this is incomprehensible to me. But that men in power seek to retain that power at all costs. Truly, this was the Messiah. Is this what they feared? That one day they would have to bow down to him? Well, they still will have to bow down, for truly this is the Son of God. Those are the facts. That is the truth. Go to the tomb yourself. You will see that it is empty, for he has risen. And when you know the truth will set you free. He is more than a man, you know. He is the Son of God. He is the Messiah.